Right, greetings everybody, it's Umber Rays here today, coming at you right before our weekend, and right before our weekend update. It is the end of the month, which means that new stuff will be coming very soon, and holy shit, is the month of June gonna be packed. What with the Final Fantasy card game coming out, I already have a new Gundam game that I've been playing, we're gonna get new content in this game. It's all gonna be just great, right? Well, maybe. Let's take a look and see what we've got. And I waited a little bit to wait and see what the new banner was going to be. Thankfully, I can now confirm what our new characters will be. But I mean, look at this. So starting May 31st at 12 p.m. Japanese Standard Time, we will be starting the Mobile Suit Gundam 0083 Stardust Memory Part 1 from the story event will be available. Now, I'm kind of interested in this for a couple of reasons. One, because it says part 1, which makes me worried that they've kind of split this into 2 parts, mostly just to maybe, divide the content a little bit more so that it's spread out. I am a little bit worried. One of my primary worries is that the month of June is not going to have enough content for us. Like, you look at the game launching and all the story content and story mode that we got through, and after that, yes, we've gotten Fierce Assault, which has been a good stamina dump. We've gotten Master League, which has been interesting for a little bit, but the content does feel like it's slowing down, and I would like to hope that we're going to see some more story updated, at least permanently and generally a little bit sooner. I do realize that it takes some time for content to come out, but hey, guess what? This game has been financially successful. Put some more money. Let's get some new stuff out. But either way, Stardust Memory Part 1 will be starting, and we can see a little bit of the event reward units. Now, given from the experience that I've had with... Umber just totally lost his train of thought. With the Master League, with some of the free units being generally really nice if you got them upgraded and improved, I'm kind of interested to see how this goes. First off, Val Walu with Kelly Leisner, I'm going to pretend I said those names correctly, and the Gundam GP01FB, which I actually have no criticism about this name at all, mainly because I've been watching G-Quux lately, and holy god, that show. By the way, fun fact, just as an interjection here, whenever we're watching G-Quux, I feel like I'm Leonardo DiCaprio in the meme, which is from the movie, what is it? Hollywood... Oh my goodness, I can't remember what it is. The Tarantino movie, where he's like snapping and like pointing at it and saying like, yeah, there, that. Because Evangelion. I don't know. Without too much in the way of spoilers, moving on. So yes, our 2 new machines, a long-range beam rifle. I'm expecting it to be, a 3-4 for range. I'm not expecting too much from it. I'm going to be interested to see how this the power scaling with this is compared to our previous Astray event. We also have the Val Walu, which is a defensive unit and does have a plasma leader weapon map attack on it. I'll be curious to see the new units that are coming out both in this and the gacha, because I do believe that they will be indicative of a potential master season or maybe later event as to what might be important tags. Now, that being said, Master League is going to go away and get players surveyed, so we'll see if that means that the month of June potentially won't see a Master League, as they are retooling certain parts of it, and retooling, I should hope. Alright, so increased damage dealt, increased range with Urasakaki, nice extra character to have for getting through the event, and as well Kelly Lasner. Not too terribly much else that I want to talk about for the story event. The story event should be generally pretty decent to play through given how the Astray event was, and yeah, it'll probably just be pretty solid. But let's move over to here and show off some of the actual banner news, which is not available in game yet. So here we can see a little bit more about the Stardust Memory event. and the banner that will be coming out. First off, the Gundam Prototype Unit 2 EX will be one of the two new units in the game, as well as Char's Zaku number 2, the Origin version. So both of those units will be coming to the game. Now, to be noted about the Gundam Prototype 2 EX, it is going to be a support attacker. I'll be interested to see its overall stats and abilities. I would expect that it's probably going to be a 2 support unit attack. Then that should be particularly pretty strong for this point in the game. Whether or not it's extremely more powerful to what we currently have in the game, I don't know, but it is one of the primarily featured units, so I'm hoping that it will be really, really good. If not for this being a little bit disappointing that we're essentially just seeing like a similar type of banner that we've seen a couple of, well, last time as well, with an attacker and a support unit. Char Zaku will be an offensive one, and one that I'm kind of expecting it to have a particularly higher amount of range on it, because that weapon sure does look high range. We also have a new support, which could be absolutely critical for developing certain types of teams if you are looking for those types of teams. So I'm more than anything right now, like, yes, the pre-information is kind of interested, but I'll be way more interested to see when these units get added to the database as to what tags they have, as that is probably going to be the bigger deciding factor of whether or not I pull on this banner, given how everyone and their dog in Master League top tier now has a multi-tiered Lacus. Seriously, you guys, did you all spend $3,000 on the game last month? I will be maybe a little bit more generous with my appraisal of the actual support unit here. But that is not all. Let's talk a little bit more also about the Stardust memory event and what you could potentially maybe want to have for this. So it's not just the new units that will be bonus units. We also have a bunch of other units that are potentially recommended, such as the Gundam EX, the Gundam EZ8, the Striker Custom, the G-Quux, which makes a lot of sense given that it is essentially a free unit that everybody has, and at this point in the game, that's probably good to at least keep as many players as you can. Also the Gundam Prototype unit, the EZ8 High Mobility Custom SSR. It seems like there is, at the very least, a good number of extra low-tier units that you can potentially already use. If you're like me and maybe, you know, Stardust memory is not the most exciting thing in the world and you're not going to try super hard on this one or this banner, well, the good news is that you should be able to get by just fine with stuff that currently exists in the game, or maybe you already have on your account. Either way, it seems generally pretty good for a start of the month, but I am hoping that we will see a pretty big push for some content later with some other stuff coming to the game, because I do want some of the story elements that have yet to kind of fully be developed, such as, for example, Gundam 00, Gundam Witch from Mercury, Double X. All of these Gundams, I kind of would like to see the second part of their story so that we can complete and have some new units to develop, some new Ultimate units, maybe some new Eternal Road stuff. All of that stuff is hopefully coming in the not too distant future, because the sooner the better, because I would like stuff to do. And yes, I haven't finished G Gundam yet, but also I want more in that too. So yeah, let me know what your big hopes for the month of June are. Sorry for the mess, but Umbra's just kind of... this is my life right now. So thanks so much for watching. Take care. See you later.